Hey friends and family, this is SP News Nugget, and today you guys, we're going to talk a little bit about Jeffrey Epstein. Now you know you guys, there is allegations that he has killed himself in the Metropolitan Jail, and here's what's going on you guys. I'm not saying that he hasn't. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of rumors about what went on and how it went on. I'm going to try to find all the update rumors for you guys. But first of all, I need you guys to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notification, and then leave a comment down below after we get done with this video, okay? So, first of all, let me explain and read to you what Forbes has said. Forbes said the day after he was taken off suicide watch, Jeffrey Epstein, he spent at least 2 hours locked up alone with a young woman in a private room reserved for inmates and their attorney. Accordingly to an attorney who was visiting the prison that day. That's one thing I want you guys to know. Okay. This attorney also said that this kind of treatment reminded him of Epstein's lifestyle in Florida when he served 13 months on a prostitution charge in a much criticized plea deal with the federal prosecutors. Then Epstein would leave jail and go to his office on a work release program for up to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. It sounded to me like a replay of the Florida thing, where he got to go to the office and sit around rather than sit in his cell, he said. Okay, CNBC says that Jeffrey Epstein had broken neck bones that raising questions about the accused sex trafficker's cause of death. So his autopsy results is still pending. And I'm going to tell you guys something else that I have found out. That they went in there and started investigating the, because there was three guards that had been on duty that night. And they all actually pretty much did overtime, and it was mandatory, and they were really tired and they were fatigued. But two of them would always, they were supposed to watch him every 30 minutes. And let me tell you something, guys. They kept covering it up, and they done got to the bottom. They done got to the nitty gritty. And what they found out was two other guards was sleeping. And they had been asleep for at least 3 hours before they ever checked on Jeffrey Epstein. Okay? Meanwhile, NBC News reported Thursday, which is today, that the 2 American flags on Epstein's private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands were lowered to half-mast. Captain Kelly, owner of Salty Dog Day Sales, told NBC News that he saw the lowered flags as well as another flag on another island Epstein owned as he cruised past them Wednesday. I didn't feel there was a realness of the end of Jeffrey Epstein until I saw that, Quentin said. That was a lot more literal. There's doing this as a remembrance, but the irony is he'll only be remembered for the things that he has done, said Quentin. FBI agents raided Epstein's Little St. James Island earlier this week. The Manhattan U.S. Attorney Office has said the investigation into his alleged crimes, which were allegedly said by a number of co-conspirators, will continue. Okay, I have found that little clip that had told me what I just told you guys about the 2 prisoner guards. I'm going to read it to you. It says the 2 prisoner guards has been suspended and the warden has been reassigned as a result of a major lapse in protocol at the correctional facility. The guards were asleep and did not check on Epstein for several hours, during which he killed himself. The guards also tried to cover up the lapse. That was from TMZ. Okay, you guys, as I started doing research on this Jeffrey Epstein guy, because I never really paid a lot of attention to him. He was a multi-billionaire. He was friends with, Bill Clinton and his whole entire family, and also Donald Trump. He actually had a picture of Donald Trump in a blue dress, at one of his mansions. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I have read clips after clips after clips, went back in some of the old stuff, kind of read some of his interviews, how he thought and how he was thinking. And I'm going to share with you something that Jeffrey Epstein always thought, that he was not a bad man. He was not no predator. He said he was probably an offender, but he felt that, and I'm just telling you what he said by quote, that he just was born in the wrong era in life. That back in history, the things that he did with young women was acceptable. And it was a thing that you do when it's honorable. And and this is what he said, that, homosexuals, that was more like a crime. It was a death crime. But being with a younger girl, that's what they used to do. And the younger that they were, the more of prestige and royal that you have. And he did not see nothing wrong with being with young girls. And he said, the younger, the better. And it went on and on to talk about some of the things. And in one part of the interview, I had read one of the girls talking, and most of the women, it was like 80 girls, 80 girls that was at his exposure. Anyway, they would not talk like it was a good thing or bad thing. They would always talk like, this was my life before Jeffrey Epstein, and then this was my life after Jeffrey Epstein. And they had a different type of conversation when you talk to them. People would say that, before, when they would talk to you, they were just so innocent young ladies. And then after he got done with them, you couldn't even recognize who they were, because their whole conversation was totally different, how they behaved. And I just don't understand, where were all these parents when these little girls was taken for days and weeks to an island, and they didn't know where their daughters was. And these wasn't just girls nobody didn't know nothing about, or some little baby in a bucket. These were prestige girls in certain schools. So you guys, I'm gonna leave it at that, because it gets sicker and sicker as I read more and more. And like I said, I don't know how this man got away with all of this. And R. Kelly was, they got him locked up. And this guy, hey, even when he had to do, 13 years or a year, whatever he had did, I can't remember now, he was still doing it outside the jail. He did 12 hours in, then 12 hours out. He would only come out, do whatever he wanted to do, and then he would take 12 hours to go in there to sleep. You guys, enough is enough. Anyway, you guys, be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.